Welcome to the virtual presentation for the Route 11 Intersection Improvements Project in the town of Marion. In addition to this virtual presentation, an in-person design public meeting is scheduled for August 17th at Marion Town Hall, located at 138 West Main Street in Marion. This is an informal drop-in meeting, and it will be held between the hours of 4 and 6 p.m. We appreciate your interest in the proposed Route 11 improvement project in Marion. Comments and questions may be submitted via one of four methods that will be discussed later in the presentation. Given the unique circumstances of the COVID-19 outbreak, along with our commitment to protecting public health, VDOT is providing this virtual public involvement opportunity in addition to the in-person meeting scheduled for August 17th. This presentation will cover the same information VDOT staff will share during the in-person meeting. All project information can be found on VDOT's website. Public involvement has four essential purposes. First, to inform the public on the status of the planning of the project and to present the recommendations based on the design to date. Second, to describe the project so that those attending can determine if the project will affect their lives and property. Thirdly, to provide the public an opportunity to see information and express their views at this stage in the planning process when flexibility to respond to comments still exists before design decisions are finalized. Lastly, this hearing is also used to develop a record of public views and participation to accompany recommendations for subsequent decisions. The transcript for this hearing will be made available for the official record. VDOT will proceed with the final documentation for the design approval process. Your statements and comments will be addressed in this document and will be given full consideration in the final recommendations of the design of the project. Members of the project team for the Route 11 Intersection Improvement Project are Tamara Pritchard, Richard Buckingham, Chase Buchanan, and James Bullins from our Location and Design team, George Young from our Environmental Division, David Duncan, Right of Way, and Marianne Altum and Maurice Hughes from VDOT's Civil Rights team. This slide contains the agenda for the virtual public meeting. We will review briefly the public comment process, review the overall project, discuss the environmental and right-of-way process, review project schedules, and conclude with a discussion of the next steps. Comments will be accepted four ways. You may leave a verbal comment by calling Chase Buchanan at 276-696-3251. Submit a written comment via email using chase.buchanan@vdot.virginia.gov or via mail at Virginia Department of Transportation, 2111 Bonham Road in Bristol, Virginia, zip code 24201, with attention to Chase Buchanan. Lastly, there is an electronic survey on the project page on VDOT's website that led you to this presentation, virginiadot.org/Route 11 and 16 intersection Marion. Comments must be received or postmarked by the August 27th, 2021 deadline to be considered part of the official record. The primary purpose of this project is to increase the curb radius at the intersection of routes 11 and 16 and pedestrian improvements that include upgrading the crosswalks to pedestrian countdown signals and push button controls with Americans with Disabilities compliant ramps. The unsignalized intersection at Pendleton Street will be changed. The two-way Pendleton Street will be changed to one-way from the apartment complex to the Route 11 intersection to improve traffic flow along Route 11. Curb and gutter will be extended into Pendleton Street. The existing pedestrian mid-block crossings will be removed. Pedestrians will be able to use the new signalized crosswalk at Route 11 and 16. Shown is the location map for the project, the intersection of Route 11 and 16 in the town of Marion. This graphic shows the typical section of Route 11 at East Main Street with a southbound lane, a southbound turn lane, and a northbound lane. Shown is a display of the project. This document can be found in PDF form on the Public Involvement webpage that led you to this presentation. The current slide shows the design plan for the project, which is also available on the Public Involvement webpage. During construction, a traffic detour of approximately 0.4 mile will be required during milling and resurfacing at the intersection. Motorists will detour using Route 16 to East Cherry Street, to South Church Street, to Route 11 East Main Street. The detour will be for a short duration. The Route 11 intersection project is eligible for federal funding. Therefore, a National Environmental Protection Act document, also known as NEPA, was prepared in the form of a programmatic categorical exclusion level NEPA document. As the design is developed, VDOT will determine what right-of-way and easements will be needed to accommodate the construction. The property owners will be notified of the exact location of the right-of-way and easements needed during the right-of-way acquisition process and prior to construction. There will be approximately 647 square feet of proposed right-of-way and 274 square feet of temporary construction easements from two businesses along the south side of the project corridor. No businesses, residents, or nonprofit organizations will be displaced as a result of this project. All right-of-way acquisitions will be completed in accordance with the Uniform Relocation Assistance and Real Property Acquisition Policies Act of 1970 as amended in 1987. The acquisition of necessary rights of way for this project will be handled by VDOT. All proposed acquisitions will follow federal and state laws and VDOT policies and procedures. The Uniform Relocation Assistance and Real Property Acquisition Policy Act of 1970, known as the Uniform Act, is the federal law that is followed for appraisals, negotiations, and relocations of families and businesses. Each property will undergo a valuation process to determine the fair market value for each acquisition. During negotiations, the landowner will receive a copy of the acquisition valuation, a title examination, a bona fide offer in writing for the acquisition, along with all pertinent construction plan sheets. The VDOT negotiator will communicate with the landowner to ensure all questions, comments, and concerns are addressed. Shown is the funding breakdown for the Route 11 intersection project. The overall project estimate is $942,000 and is funded using funds from VDOT's Smart Scale program. More information regarding the program is available at VDOT's website. It is VDOT's responsibility to ensure that all members of the community are afforded the opportunity to participate in public decisions on transportation systems and projects affecting them. VDOT ensures non-discrimination in all programs and activities in accordance with Title VI and Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Shown is the project timeline. We are currently in the design phase, gathering public feedback regarding the project. Comments must be submitted and reviewed by August 27th, 2021 to be considered a part of the process. After public hearing approval, the right-of-way acquisition and final design process will begin. The anticipated advertisement for construction is November 2023, with construction beginning spring 2024. This slide is a recap of how to provide comments, which are due by August 27th, 2021. The option of voicemail to Mr. Chase Buchanan at 276 696 3251, email Chase Buchanan at vdot.virginia.gov, by mailing VDOT at 211 Bonham Road, Bristol, Virginia 24201, with the attention to Chase Buchanan, or by using the online survey at the website that led you to this presentation. We encourage the public to stay informed regarding the project. Project information is available on our website at www.virginiadot.org/Route 11 and 16 intersection Marion. Should you have any further questions, please feel free to contact the project manager, Chase Buchanan, at the number listed. Thank you for participating. This concludes the virtual public involvement meeting.